And welcome back to Nancy's Neighborhood. I told you we'd be back with another guest, and we are. And this is Tashana Hoffman, and she wears several hats. So I'm just going to say, take it away, Tashana, and tell us what hat you want to wear today, or do you want to wear 2 or 3 of them, or do we want to talk about several things that are coming up?
Well, the event that I'm here to talk about today is the Road to Reentry Job Fair. I'm the local veterans representative for the Cleveland area, and I also work on the business service team to service the employers in the area. So we have partnered with the Refuge for this event.
Fantastic.
They have been wonderful in providing us the space to host it and also with getting us some employers that are interested in attending. But this is an event for people who have felonies or misdemeanors in their background, ex-offenders, people who may be having a problem getting the kind of employment that they want. Due to that, because some employers aren't able to hire people who have certain things in their background.
Right.
So we're going to bring them to the Refuge on July 12th. We have a whole day planned where they're going to go through classes provided by the Department of Labor and Workforce Development, which is where I'm from in Athens.
Right.
We're going to provide them with resume writing classes, interview skills. We've gone to Franklin Academy to get them free haircuts. And the Goodwill is going to be giving them vouchers for appropriate clothing for the interviews that they're going to go to.
Fantastic. Okay, so now see, you also mentioned workforce development.
Yes.
So that's the reason I said she wears a couple of different hats. But okay, now for those that don't know, tell them where the Refuge is.
The Refuge is at the old Blythe Elementary School. The address, let me see here, 1075 Blythe Avenue Southeast is the address. And we're asking folks to pre-register for this event. It's pretty easy. All you do is you call the phone number 252-5062. You'll hear my voice telling you to leave a message with a name and phone number, and then we're going to call them back the week of the event to make sure that they still want to attend.
Okay, so all they have to do when they call to leave the message is say their name.
Yep.
They want to attend and
where we can contact them.
yes, and you don't need any prior information on them.
No,
okay,
we don't
just
need to
that.
know anything else, just your name that you want to come and your phone number where we can contact you. Once we call you back, then we'll remind you where the event is. All they'll need to bring is maybe past employment information. If there's anything that they feel would be beneficial to go on their resume, then they would want to bring that with them on the 12th. Then after they're all set, at the end of the 12th, they'll get the location for the job fair on the 13th.
Fantastic.
So
Okay.
this is a 2-day event.
Oh, it's a 2-day event.
It is. The 12th is the prep day where everybody's going to get ready to go get the job.
Okay.
The 13th, we actually bring them back and put them with the employers for the interviews.
Super. Okay, so on the 12th, they come in and they learn what they're supposed to do.
Exactly.
And possibly get the haircut and the voucher for the clothes and
Yep.
et cetera, et cetera. And then are we going to write resumes that day, or do they bring a resume if they have it, or
No.
do we worry about resumes?
No, we're going to do it. Help them do it.
Okay.
We go to a website. It's www.jobs4tn.gov, and the 4 is a number 4. It's not FOR. So jobs4tn.gov, and there are tools on there for us to assist them in writing their resume. And even for folks who can't attend, if they are interested in doing that, it's free to use that service.
Okay.
So just go to the website.
Do that website one more time.
www.jobs4tn.gov.
Okay. All right. So those of you that may not be able to attend this might want to just go ahead and check that out.
Yep.
Or you may want to check that out if you're wanting to attend. All right. So what personnel are we looking for?
Pretty much anything. A lot of our jobs in this area, are industrial.
Right.
So material handlers, production people, different things like that. But we hope to also have retail, service, restaurant, some different things like that. That's the goal.
Very good. And this is for anybody in the area? Do they have to be from Bradley County? How do we do this?
They don't have to be from Bradley County, but
Okay.
you have to be willing and able to work in Bradley County.
Okay.
The employers will be Bradley County. We may have one from Polk County in
Okay.
the Benton area.
Okay.
But the only requirement is that you do need to have some type of justice-involved incident in your background.
Okay. So and whatever that justice-involved incident is, major, minor, whatever.
Whatever it
that's-
is,
Okay.
if it's holding you back from getting the job that you need, then you qualify.
Fantastic. Okay, so, and I know the Refuge we've done a lot of things out of the Refuge for helping people find jobs, which has been great.
They're fantastic.
And yes, they are. It's a fantastic thing. Who's sponsoring this?
Well, it's sponsored by the American Job Center in Athens. That's the main job center that's responsible for Bradley County. That's where I'm centered at.
Okay.
So the Department of Labor and Workforce Development and also the Refuge were the two agencies that have come together to put this in motion.
Okay, and I think that sounds awesome. Now, the thing about it is, how are we reaching everybody? I mean, we're going to reach some with the TV, but how else are we reaching people?
Well, I went on Mix 104 last week.
Good.
That seems like it helped a lot because our participation, our calls in actually picked up after that.
Super.
I met with the banner yesterday.
Okay,
So
great.
there's going to be putting something in the paper pretty soon. We have a Facebook page on the Refuge. They've put the information on their Facebook
Okay.
page. And you can also call the American Job Center at Athens. Their number is 745-2028. And if you have any questions about that, that would be the number that you call to get more information.
Okay, we'll get that number again in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so this is, I'm just trying to wrap myself around this because this is big.
It's big.
And I want everybody that should come to this to be able to know about it and to be there.
Definitely.
So if anybody out there hears this and you know of somebody, then please give them a contact or a call and tell them to contact Shauna or some of these other people, because oftentimes if there's any kind of felony on a record, I mean, that kind of record, people just steer clear of hiring these people.
I mean, it's basically a job killer for most people.
Right.
I mean, it kind of limits people to what they're able to do once they get out. And we're, trying really hard to give people the opportunity to find those second chances so that they're not, tempted to go back to the things that put them in prison.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because that's not what we want them
No,
to do.
that's not at all. We want to support the community as best we can.
Yeah, and we want them to be contributing players in the
sure.
community.
I mean, a lot of people
So-
have things to offer, but they're not able, to display that because they're not getting the opportunities.
Right, right. And to me, this is an awesome opportunity, and that's why I'm hoping everybody that's out there that wants this opportunity is going to be able to get it. And it's called Road to Reentry.
Road to Reentry.
Okay.
We do have a cap of 45 participants,
Oh,
just based
okay.
because we only have 15 computers at the Refuge. So we're
Gotcha.
going to cycle everybody through kind of workshops to give everybody a chance
Gotcha.
to get on the computer for their resume.
Gotcha.
So the first 45 people who register, we've got about 25 right now, are going to be guaranteed a spot.
Okay.
Everybody else will go on a standby status so that when we make those calls the week before the event, anybody who maybe has found employment or is just not interested, then we'll move to that standby list.
Oh, that's super.
But we're limited to 45.
Okay, and so what you will probably do, since you have 15 computers, you'll probably have a class over here doing that while another class is doing.
Exactly.
All right, reiterate to me again what we're going to do on that day prior to, besides getting a haircut and getting a voucher.
Okay, you'll come in, we'll check you in at the table that's at the front door. You'll be assigned to a group, an A, B, or C group, because we're going to have 3 workshops going.
Okay.
You'll either be with the resume writers, you will be in the room getting information about services from the Caring Place, from Impact Cleveland, from the Refuge, getting a haircut, getting a Goodwill voucher. That will be another session.
Okay.
Or you'll be in a session with a motivational speaker. We have people who are going to talk to you about,
Okay.
positive thinking, keeping a positive frame of mind when you're in there with those interviewers, how to present yourself to the interviewers so that you make yourself seem, like you really deserve
Right.
this job.
And how to answer some questions
Exactly.
truthfully.
How to answer truthfully without making things sound worse than they really are, basically.
Right, and that's good.
Right.
So roughly how many businesses, I know we're not going to say who they are yet because we want everybody to be surprised, but roughly how many businesses are we anticipating?
The goal is 10 to 12.
Okay.
We have capacity to host 10 to 12 businesses
Okay.
on the 13th. Right now we've got 5 that have firmly confirmed. So that's basically the biggest thing that we're going to work on. So if anybody out there is a business owner and you are interested in giving folks a second chance, getting some great workers out there, then definitely contact me to sign up for that.
And I know of some people that are in the construction business that have told me it's tough to keep people, and also some people that are in the landscaping and yard maintenance business that have told me that they just can't keep employees.
Well, we're going to have employees lined up to talk to these people, so this would be a great opportunity to come in.
It would be, and I need to remember to tell somebody to contact you about that because
Sounds good.
he's always complaining about not being able to keep employees, and this would be a great opportunity for employees if they don't mind working outside.
Right.
And that's one thing. If you're working in lawns, you're going to be working outside.
Well, a
But,
job's a job, so.
that's right. And paying the bills are paying the bills, and
Yep.
that's always something that too these people need to do, is to be sure that they can get their credit built back up, and
Exactly.
and because you can't get a loan, you can't do anything without building your credit up a little bit. So,
Right. I mean, that's what we tell them in that motivational speaker too. Is like the job that you get today doesn't have to be the job that you have for the rest of your life. This
Right.
is just a stepping stone. You know, you've gone into a place where you have to get help getting back out. So,
that is true. So now tell me a little bit about what actually you do.
my position is local veterans employment representative.
Okay.
I go to businesses on behalf of veterans in the area and try to create job opportunities for them, as well as veterans who may have some kind of barrier to employment. Once they work with our department and taking care of those issues, I get their resumes and go out to local businesses and kind of, you know, become like a one-man staffing agency. Like, look at this guy, isn't he great? You know, and try
How
to make
neat.
I try to make a good match between the employee veteran and the businesses in the community.
Now, do you have an office here in Bradley County?
I don't. I float between offices. My main office is in Athens.
Okay.
But I do come to Cleveland, and I also go to the Dayton office.
Okay. Oh, wow. You have a territory to
I have a
cover.
territory. I have 5 counties that I
Okay.
cover.
When you're in Bradley County, what days are you in Bradley County? Is that a set regimen, or do you?
I'm usually in Cleveland on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but the phone number that I gave before, the 745-2028, I can be reached at that number, or they can leave a message.
Okay, super. So when you're in Cleveland, where are you located?
It is at
or
the-
running around.
Well, you know, I'm running around mostly, but I
Okay.
do go into the office. It's at the Cleveland State campus.
Oh, neat.
It's
Okay.
in the technology building, the same one where the Small Business Development Center is.
Gotcha.
And the Police Academy. They're down there. The American Job Center, Cleveland, is in that very last building, the technology building.
Okay, and that's the incubator down there
Yeah.
with, okay.
Right next to it.
Right next. Okay, so if you don't know how that is, folks, when you get to the big sign there at Cleveland State, turn left and go down, and there's a gate that you go in there, and the incubator's there, and the job center is actually between the campus and the incubator.
Exactly.
And so,
And we have signs. So, you know, once you
Good
basically
signage.
turn left onto Atkinson Drive right there, you should be able to hopefully follow the signs right into where you needed to go.
and I think this is exciting because a lot of times people don't think about this part of our community, and these are people that fall through the cracks.
Unfortunately, that is correct.
And then they're not contributing people in our community.
And they want to be. I mean,
Right.
You know, in the work that I've done, I've assisted with 2 of these job fairs in Chattanooga, and they've had great success with it.
Super.
So, I mean, in both of those experiences, just seeing how well the people come out of it with their jobs, seeing how successful they've been with it. When they come in the first day, they're almost defeated, like, why am I even here? I'm not going to get a job. Then once they've gone through the classes, you pump them up a little bit with a motivational speaker. I mean, a haircut and a suit is going to make a man look like a different guy, you know.
But now, is this all for men?
No, we have ladies too.
Okay, that was another thing. So ladies, don't get pushed out of this because 45 is the max that they
45
can
is the
take.
max, right.
But if you're interested, give that phone number one more time. Everybody get your paper and pencil out like I tell you to do.
All right. The phone number for the registration is 423-252-5062. And it's just a voicemail box. You're not going to have to speak to anybody. Just leave me your name and your number, and I'll make sure that you get on the list. The phone number, if you have questions and you want to speak to an actual person, is going to be 423-745-2028, extension 0.
Very good. Thank you so much for being on with me today, and I
You're
hope
welcome.
this is a huge success. And the dates of this are July
12th
12th and 13th.
And 13th, correct.
Very good.
And we hope to do it again. I mean, I hope that it's just a huge success and we get to have one of these every quarter. That's the goal.
Oh, that would be awesome. Absolutely awesome, because 45 people a quarter, everybody do the math. We could have a lot of people hired. So thank you so much for being on with me today.
Thank you for
and
having me.
It was great to meet you and to see how many hats you wear. And I think that's super. Folks, don't go away. We're going to be right back with the part that I tell you to get out paper and pencil and write this down in case you don't want to miss any events that are coming up. So I'll be right back, so don't go away.